My first question I gotta ask you: were those moves pre-choreographed, like or you just feeling them? You're just feeling that.
A little bit of both. I mean, some of them I plan them out because I know they already look cool, and some of them are like just on the go, like, nah, I'll try this. Why not?
Yeah, I got that in the repertoire now for when I'm on TV later on. I got that. All right, cool. So now, obviously, like the first thing when I looked you up, it's like Jorge Blanco. Maybe I haven't heard of you so much, but then when I looked you up, I saw you have like a huge catalog and like you have a huge history. So now you're from Mexico, and you just moved to LA. Exactly. So, why don't you talk about what that was like to make that transition? Because, like, you were big in Mexico. Like, a lot of people knew you. Now you're here in LA, and you're starting to build yourself up even more.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy for me, the fact just to move to LA, because first of all, it's close from home. Because I used to live in Argentina for this show. I was filming for 4 years, and it was kind of hard because it's like a 10-hour flight. It was crazy. And then, I don't know, this show I did, it was huge and all that, and it was huge in Latin America, huge in Europe, and all these people, like, I would go to Europe and all these people talking different languages. I would be like, wow, how do you know me? It's crazy. But I always wanted to do my own thing. Yeah. And this felt like a good opportunity to challenge myself, come here to the US, start from scratch, and just really get to feel like legit what will people respond with my music, just try it out. And instead of like, I know the fans I already have, I know they're going to support me anyway. Yeah. But I was like, I want to try this, a new challenge for me, come here from scratch and see what happens. Yeah,
so speaking of new challenges, so I know, like you said, you're in Argentina. You were doing like live shows, performing, and then these were songs that you wrote already being used, like what were they considered plays? Like what would you?
The what?
What you were performing, like you were doing like live. It was like a live show.
It was a concert. Yeah, we would do a concert because it was a musical series. Yeah.
So like that transition, so that already helps you, right? Like you have that live performance ability to like sing. And
that definitely was a great school for me to learn all that. Being around. We did like 370 shows around the world. It was a super, super cool thing, I learned so much from it.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, also you did your acting, Violetta, right? So that was a telenovela. So what was that like, going from, doing, like, that was your thing, that's what, like, got you that name, and, like, now you're on your own, like, this is all about me. Like, how was that?
Well, a lot of things. It's harder the fact that I used to travel with all my friends in the cast. It's kind of like you're just having fun with all of them. Yeah. That was the only, like, my only concern about, like, okay, now by myself.
Now you got Mike,
And, I was like, oh, man, I hope this doesn't get, like, super lonely and stuff. But, we just put a band together, and they're amazing. I feel so lucky. Turned out they're, like, great. Like, we're super friends now, and I'm so glad I'm going to traveling with friends now, and the vibe on stage is great. And, I don't know, it just feels right because now I'm doing my own songs. I can express myself as I want. I do the thing that I love to do. And so far, the response has been great, so I'm super happy and excited with it.
Yeah, well, you get a lot of love on Twitter. Like, I know I was tweeting you out last night, and you're saying, hey, I got Jorge Blanco. People were going crazy. So let's talk then about, like, your music, obviously. So you have a huge catalog of Spanish songs, and so obviously now you're transitioning to English. Do you find, like, do you have a preference which one you like more, or are you just, like, whichever one sounds better?
Not really. It's not like a preference. I've been doing all these past 10 years stuff in Spanish, so I was like, I'm going to try it out in English, plus I've always loved music in English too, so I just wanted to try it and see how the vibe feels with the kind of style I wanted to do. And I'll do Spanish anyway, like it'll come anyway. Like I'm already working on a collab with another artist called Zach, and it's in Spanish. So the Spanish thing is gonna come anyway because it's in my blood and I embrace it.
Well, you threw it in there with Attention. Did you translate those like on your own?
I did. I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do like a Spanish version of Intention.
I knew like Kiro, he's saying that. Like I know what that means. Okay. No, that's perfect. Well, so then, all right. So now you have a couple of singles coming out that you released this year, Risky Business.
Yep.
You also have Summer Soul, obviously. Exactly. So that one that you played first, is that like another single that we're expecting to hear out? I know you said it's
probably. I don't know. That's one of the 40-something records we got radio. We got music ready to go. We'll just like go step by step, and the people's gonna like tell. They're gonna, if they want more, we got more to get out.
Mm-hmm. Now this out, like, so you have an album. Is it set like it's coming out, or are you still?
Not yet. We don't have it built. We haven't built it like this is gonna be the album, but there's material for sure. We got a lot of material, and these days it's like we're going single by single, see what happens. If we feel the need to take an EP out or an album, that it'll happen. We're gonna let it go like naturally and see. Yeah.
So as far as material goes, and I hope I'm not diving too deep here, like how much of that do you use, like, because you have a fiance, right? You're engaged?
Yeah.
So like how much of that is like from her? Because you guys, it's been a couple years now. I think I saw that YouTube video. From what was that, 2014, you proposed on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think I read somewhere you actually were planning that for a whole year.
I planned it for a whole year. Yeah.
And like, have you focused on anything that long, like music wise, like anything wise, for a whole year for one video to just say, please?
The thing is, she's really good. Like guessing stuff. So I was like, I really have to do something that is original, and she doesn't get suspicious about it. So I really planned it out, and with all the family and stuff, it was great.
Did she tell you like, oh, I knew you were gonna do this?
No, she didn't know.
It's a complete surprise. Yes. I was like waiting for the after behind the scene credits. Like, oh, I actually need to speak.
No. I worked really hard for that not to happen.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys are cute together. So obviously, you posted covers to YouTube. Do you plan on like keep doing that, or like now the fact that you're doing this?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't want to like stick too much to the cover because I really wanted to really put my style in whenever I do my own thing. I did them when I did covers. I literally just did them like more spontaneous, like one take, without arranging anything, just for you guys, just to like that's what I would do even without like recording it. Now I would just be home trying to sing new songs, different way to sing it, and that's it. I mean, of course, like I'm all about doing like different versions of songs, like the one I just did, the mashup. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Now, as far as like live shows goes, before everybody in here was brought in here, you were doing a little warm up, and you were playing some like old school music. I think you were trying to play "Stairway to Heaven." Well, you were nailing it. Yeah. Playing "Dust in the Wind." Like, is this like at a live show? Are these something that you'll like throw into your show randomly, or is that's just like fun messing around kind of?
I mean, it's so I'm always up to that. Like, it's kind of like something to like because once you have a show build up with your music, those kind of things like get like different versions and mashups of all the songs. That's kind of like what keeps it interesting, to keep changing stuff. Like, maybe we are doing like this mashup now, and then maybe in a month we make another different cover, just to make it fun, just to keep it fresh and fun.
So are those kind of like the people that you like looked up to maybe when you were a kid? Like that's what you were like, I like this music?
Yeah, I grew up a lot with Queen, because my dad's a big fan of Queen, so that's definitely one of the ones I grew up with.
Yeah, so was that like you belting out some Freddie Mercury out then?
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, no, it's a great band. That's awesome. We're looking forward for the album to come out, obviously, like when you're on tour. Do you have set dates ready to go, like to go around performing? I know that obviously you're up in LA a little bit ago.
Not yet. We're looking for opportunities. I mean, that's why like all these tours like happening. We already like built like a half-an-hour show. We did a showcase in LA, and that just makes me more anxious to go out there and do live performance. So we're looking for the opportunity to do it, and it's up to the people. If they want it, we're ready to go.
All right, last question, and this is more of a personal one.
Okay.
I noticed with all those dancers you were throwing in, your hair barely moves, so I need to know, like, what products are you, like, using in there? Because it's like a serious question. I know you're laughing. But
it's just a wax. I'll show you. I brought it.
It's
like a wax, and it gives you that, like, dry...
I look all crusty. I look
pretty
like
good. Look at that. Like, I could look like Jimmy Neutron if I want.
Look at that. Awesome. Well, everybody give it up one more time for Jorge Blanco right here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out, man.
Thank you, man. It was fun.